Hello there and welcome to a nail polish video here on Beauty Bees. I am doing the nail polish collection tag that was started by Kelli Marissa quite a while ago. I will have her channel linked down below as well as her video. However, if you have not heard of Kelli Marissa and you are interested in nail polish videos on YouTube, I would be kind of surprised. It's about your nail polish collection. It's a tag video. The title is really pretty self-explanatory. Let's get right into the questions. The first one is, how many nail polishes do you own? I have bought so much more nail polish over the last year and a half than I ever have before, and I'm now up to 147 polishes. I don't really trust my counting in this area because I paint my nails in different locations throughout my house. I am guessing that there's a couple bottles here and there that did not get counted, or some that I somehow double counted. So we're just going to say right around 150. I don't need to justify that number, but I'm going to justify it anyway. I wear nail polish almost all of the time. It is pretty common for me to paint my nails 4 to 5 times a week, and then to paint my toes probably twice a week. So at least 6 to 7 polishes get used every single week, and then add in toppers, or if I'm doing a Skittle Mani or something, I use a lot of nail polish. Probably still don't need 150 bottles, but I do enjoy it. Okay, what was the first nail polish you remember buying? I have no idea what the name of this polish was, and I was trying to search it up last night to see if I could figure it out, but I couldn't manage it. This was this really deep red NYC polish. It was very vampy. It had some glitter to it, and I bought it at Target at the mall with my friends when I was probably 11, because all questionable decisions happen with your friends at the mall circa age 11. And I remember it was 97 cents. It was very cheap, and it felt like a major purchase to me at the time. And I was so disappointed the first time I put it on, and I put it on my toes because, really deep, vampy, shimmery red, that's totally what one thinks to do with that color, is just put it on your toes during, I don't know, September maybe? Probably even earlier. It might have been August. It was a choice. And my dad saw me and he startled and asked me what had happened to my toes because he thought I was bleeding. And love you, Dad. It was out of concern. It was not a mean thing, but that didn't feel great in the moment. But I really liked that nail polish. I probably used up close to 2/3 of the bottle before I ended up throwing it away. I had it for years and years, past the point where it was really good, and then it just kind of got this weird nail polish death scent, so I tossed it. But I really enjoyed that polish while I had it. Next up, what is the most recent nail polish that you have added to your collection? And this answer actually changed between when I wrote out my responses last night and when I'm filming, because I got my Macy's order today, and to reach the free shipping threshold, I purchased a China Glaze nail polish. I don't have a ton of experience with China Glaze. I think I've only owned 3 before. 2 matte metallic shades and a sort of jelly with a lot of glitter. This is my first cream from the brand. This is the shade That's Shore Bright. I just got it this afternoon. I have not worn it yet, but it is quite a bright purple. It is not as neon as I expected it to be based off of the name, but it is really pretty. I love these sort of right down the middle purples. This doesn't lean cool. It doesn't lean super warm either. It's nowhere close to being a red violet in my opinion. I think I'm gonna like this one. I I have a lot of purple nail polish. We'll actually be talking about that in just a minute or two here, but I think this one is a little bit different than most of what I own. This next question, I could not figure out an answer to. What is my rarest nail polish? Now, I am not super into indie polishes. I've never gotten into the collector's mindset of chasing down discontinued items or anything like that. So I really don't have an answer for this one. Most of what I have is readily available at drugstores, or at least was very readily available at the drugstore when I purchased it. So I'm going to be skipping that one. And then, what is my most expensive nail polish? I think I am allergic to spending money on nail polish or to spending a lot of money on a single bottle of nail polish. I don't know that I've ever spent more than maybe $8 or $9 on a single bottle. Now, I do have nail polishes that are more expensive than $8 or $9 per bottle. I have gotten some, well, I have a Sundays polish that I got through Ipsy. I have a couple of People of Color nail polishes. Those are indie. I think both of those, actually those might be kind of indie or boutique brands. I don't know exactly where they fit on that spectrum. Both of those are in the like $12 to $18 range. But the most expensive single nail product that I have ever purchased and paid full or nearly full price for is the Oont Ready for Takeoff Peelable Base Coat. And I am so happy with this purchase that I've actually purchased a second bottle. I'm quite impressed with this. I'm a little bit more willing to shell out money for good base coats and good top coats because I do use them regularly. I'm really unlikely to go through a full-size bottle of nail polish, but I will, and have gone through base coats and top coats before, so I have an easier time justifying. I think this was like a $13 base coat to myself, and it is really nice. It does peel off so easily. I think that I use my glitter polish like 5 times more frequently than I otherwise would because of this little bottle right here. And I've owned this for probably 4 or 5 months at least, and I have a lot left. You really don't use very much each time you apply, which I greatly appreciate because, like we discussed, I am allergic to spending a lot of money on individual nail products, and I don't want to have to repurchase this like every 3 months. Next question is, what brand do I own the most of? And it is absolutely Sally Hansen. Specifically within Sally Hansen, the Insta-Dry line. I have like 25-ish Insta-Dry nail polishes. They make up a big chunk of my collection. I've really enjoyed them since I was in college. I remember that between my 3rd and 4th year of college, that summer, I used up almost an entire bottle of Retail Therapy, which was a cream teal shade. I love blue and green nail polish, and if you mix them together and make a teal, I like that a lot too. And the formula is, I think, quite good. It is not stellar exceptional, but it is very consistent. I like the brush. It is flat, it's quick to apply, it dries, I think, a little bit faster than the average nail polish does. It does not dry as quickly as, say, the Wet n Wild Fast Dry AF nail polish, which is very, very quick. However, it strikes a really good balance because I found that a lot of the really quick drying nail polishes dry really sheer and they almost get little bubbles in them occasionally. These Sally Hansen Insta-Dry polishes dry a little bit faster than your average polish, but they feel like a regular cream polish. They don't change a lot as they dry down, which I think is fantastic because they're question 8. I know I haven't been numbering these throughout, but I'm starting now. Question 8 is, what color do you own the most of? And this is purple. I actually thought it was going to be blue just because I feel like if you were to look at the entire spectrum of colors, that blue, or shades that I would call blue, which also includes a lot of aqua and a lot of periwinkles, makes up a big portion of that spectrum. However, purple edged it out just a little bit. I don't have a shade of purple that I don't like. I like those really deep, vampy, almost black purples. I like really light lilacs, periwinkles like we talked about. Some of them verge more blue, some of them lean more purple, but I do love those. Pinky purples, reddish purples. I just love all of it. And I have 25 purple nail polishes, so they make up about 15% of my nail polish collection, which seems like a lot, but also seems very right at the same time. I skipped one of the earlier questions, I'm realizing, so let's rewind and go to question number 4, which is, what is your least favorite nail polish that you own? And I couldn't narrow this down. I have 2 that I want to talk about. One, I love the color and hate the formula. The other one, the formula is okay. It's nothing special, but the color's just ugly. So let's start with the ugly color, and this is from Lights Lacquer. I only own 2 polishes from Lights Lacquer, and I haven't been super impressed with either of them, unfortunately. This is the shade 11, and it is this like 70s kitchen green color. It's an avocado green, but it leans a lot more yellow than most avocado greens. It's almost like if the 2 staple 70s kitchen colors, so avocado green and harvest gold, had a baby, it would be 11 from Lights Lacquer. The formula on this is totally fine. It doesn't do anything for me. I am not anti-grungy greens. There are definitely shades that are in this color family that I really enjoy, but this one just doesn't do it for me. And I actually think I'm gonna declutter this one. It doesn't do anything for me, and I've realized that I choose almost any other nail polish in my collection, including my other least favorite actually, over this when it comes time to pick a polish to wear every single time. So why is it cluttering up my life? The other nail polish, which I guess as I was explaining that, I realized is not quite as much of a least favorite as 11, is from LA Colors. This is their Color Crades Gel line, and this is the shade Lucky. It comes off as like a neon pastel green, but when I apply this is like a tennis ball green color. It is super bright. It's very neon. The formula on this is really disappointing though. I applied 3 coats of this to my toes, and it was like just barely acceptable for my toes. I don't think I would have been happy with this in 3 coats on my fingernails at all. It's just so sheer. It looks really textured, but not in a nice way, not in an intentional way, just in a patchy way on the nails. If we want people to act their wage, we should probably expect the same of nail polish, and this was $2.50 for a neon pastel. However, I have one other shade from this collection, and it is a sky blue shade. It's also bordering on neon, and it's great. So I don't know why they couldn't make this particular shade work, but it's not great. However, I don't have anything similar to this at all, and I do like the effect on my toes. I feel like it's very bright and fun for the summer, so I'm gonna keep this around, and I probably will wear it a couple times during the summer. So now we can go to question number 9, where we left off, and this is the nail polish that means the most to me. And I decided on this one from Sally Hansen. This is the Insta-Dry line that we were talking about, and this is the shade Time is Money. Now, the reason that this one makes this list, the reason that this one means the most to me, is that I purchased this during lockdown. I've always liked painting my nails, or more specifically, the effect of having my nails painted, but it was not an real interest of mine. It wasn't something where I owned a lot of nail polish until pretty recently. And during that first stage of lockdown, I was staying with my parents and just using the nail polish that my mom had. And my mom likes one shade of hot pink nail polish. She only likes pink. She only wears it on her toes. So she had a few different bottles of essentially the same color from different brands, different lines, but all pretty much the same really bright hot pink. Pretty color, but I like a little bit more variety. And I was trying to keep things pretty minimal because I knew, or I at least hoped at that point, turned out to be an incorrect assumption. I expected that I would be able to fly home relatively soon. So I didn't want to add a bunch of nail polish because I was just going to end up leaving them at my parents' house for who knew how long. And I decided on this nail polish to purchase. This is, like we said, Time is Money from Sally Hansen Insta-Dry, and I used it a lot. I've shaken it up now, but this is right around here. It's a little bit more than half gone. I wore it a ton. A lot of the earliest videos on my channel, I am wearing this, and it's a really pretty color, and it, kept me company during a really rough time for everybody. Then, finally, last question, we made it. What is your go-to nail polish right now? That one's hard because I do like to switch it up. I rotate through my collection pretty well. It's very rare that I go back to a color really quickly unless it's in some kind of project pan. But I decided that this is the one that's kind of my go-to. This is from the Essie Expressi line, and this is the shade Get a Mauve On. It is a mauve cream shade, and it is so pretty. It's very neutral, but it's still purple. I do love me a good purple nail polish, and this one is definitely on the purpley side of mauve. I like this because it's neutral but colorful, and it's just appropriate for any environment. Additionally, this is in their quick dry line, so I can just put it on and be ready to go in like 10 minutes. The nice thing about these compared to the Sally Hansen Insta-Dries is I feel like these dry faster. They get to a point where you're not going to mess them up a lot faster than the Sally Hansen ones do. And when you're in a hurry, that's important. Like I said, Essie Expressi Get a Mauve On. It's beautiful. It goes with anything. It's super flattering on my skin tone. I really do like shades that have a little bit of pink against my skin. It seems to neutralize some of the pink in my hands a little bit. And it's just a beautiful shade. I am super, super happy with this one. And that brings us to the end of this video. I thought this could take me like 10 minutes to film tops, and it's taken me 27. So hopefully this is not almost a half-hour long video. Hopefully I've edited that down. Whatever length it is, thank you so much for watching. I will copy the question list into the description box in case you are interested in doing this tag. If you do it, definitely tag me or leave me a comment. Let me know that you did it because I would be really interested to hear your answers too.